Well, good morning. Welcome back again. Well, today we're going to go in the shop, and what we're working on, see if I can see you here. Working on is, oh, lost you. These Gleaner Combines, the R series, for some reason, you can never get enough airflow into the cab. It's like it's somewhat cool, but you just don't get much airflow. And I've Googled it, I've looked around, and I heard this and that, and try this and that. But what I did is we're gonna take, let me see here if I can find it, a wind barometer. And we're gonna put it in front of the vent on the combine. See if I can find it here. Well, here it is. Anyway, we're going to put it in front of the vent, and we're going to, as an experiment, try to find out what's the best thing to do or to make this thing blow. I don't know if, I heard that somebody said the fan blades on their combine, they were on backwards, and I heard other odds and ends. But let me set that up there, get these off. So we're going to filters are all cleaned, so we're going to start just as it is out of the box, pretty much stock or how it is, and we're going to make some changes to it as we go. So this video here will show you the airflows and see if we can get some more airflow into the cab. You Google Gleaner Combines, and you'll see some people take a plastic hose and run it up so it blows in the back of their neck, or, I mean, I just seen that out of one. But there's got to be a reason, or do we need a bigger fan, motor, higher RPM? I don't know that, but we'll work through it once. Hopefully it helps somebody else out that has Gleaner Combines, especially the R series. Okay, we'll just go through this together a little bit. All right, well, we're in the cab, and all the filters, everything are in just like they should be. And what I did is I blocked off that one, the side ones, and there's one that goes underneath the seat here, in here, that is, see down in here, there's one in there that I blocked off also. And the bottom underneath here, underneath the seat, I blocked them off also. So let's well, you kind of got a mess here, but sorry about moving you around all over, but anyway, let's turn the key on, and let's turn the fan on high, and let's just see how much airflow we have when we're held up close. I guess I just want to make sure I hold it the same place on the same one. Now let's do it one up here once. The bottom was 3.6. Whoops, I guess there's one over here. So most of the airflow is coming out of this one. That one had almost 4, a little bit less up there. All right, so that's beginning numbers. So we're just going to run off of this guy here. 3, say about 4 is what we got off this corner post. Whoops, I got you all messed up. So what we're going to do is shoot this corner post, the top one, and one over in the side here. Whoops, over here. We're going to use this guy here as our source. See what changes. So we had 4. So I hope I don't got you all screwed up, but we're going to use this one as our testing port. All right, let's go make what I'm going to do outside. Oops, outside the cab over here, there's a air filter. So we're going to start with that and take it off and see what we have. out there. Let me shut you down. Okay, there's actually two filters on here. There's one outside one there. Then there's another filter underneath in here, which I'll open up later. But for now, let's take that filter out there and see what kind of airflow we have once we get that filter out, just to see. And for the most part, the filter is clean. I mean, I blew it out with air. And it's, Gleaner actually has two type of filters, a real fine one and a wider one. That's these right here, ribs. And this is the wider one to get more airflow through it. So, okay, let's go check our airflow up there and see what light brings us. All right, let's turn the fan on. And what we had before was about a 3/8 to 4. So let's see if that made any changes taking that filter out. Not really. It's this one over here. All right. So taking that filter out didn't do us, whoops, keep dropping you. Didn't do it, excuse me, do us much good. Okay. Well, let's try taking the other filter out once and underneath the cab, see what that one does. All right, let's shut her down. All right, underneath the cab, here's the other filter that's under here. And let's pull it out. Whoops. Pull it out. Which it's fairly clean. It's got the wider grooves in it. Okay, let's shut this back up. Okay, now let's go see what we got air with no filters in. All right, this one, we got two filters removed. And let's see what we got now. Let's, oh boy, we got a little dust blowing around in here. Holy cow. Still nothing. So just taking the filters out, we haven't changed much of anything. Whoops, I killed it. So yeah, okay, so we haven't really changed anything at this point. So let's go back down. Maybe now let's start looking at the fan, the speed of the fan and stuff. See what we got there. Well, we got the cover off, and of course we got some garbage up in here. So let's, there's the fan. Let's pull this cover out and keep going here. Let me see if I can set you up here somewhere. Not sure it'll work, but let's give it a try. Okay. Why do we have to have mice? All right. Oops, let me get you in here. Well, if you look under there, you can see there's a big problem right there. Is our condenser can't get airflow through it. I believe it's called a condenser. Might be wrong, but anyway, let's clean that up once and see what happens then. Where all the dust is coming from, I'm not sure, but we'll have to figure it out. Here's the stuff I went and got. It's for air conditioners. It's used to clean condensers off, aluminum. It's kind of a spray made for it. So I sprayed it down. Whoa! Can you tell? I sprayed it down, and there was a lot of crap in it. So it actually turned out pretty good. So anyway, there you go. Hopefully this takes care of my problem, but I'm gonna have to find out why or where that dirt's all coming in from, because the filter should take care of it. So as we keep picking through this, I'll tell you what I'm finding or what's going on. I got the fan running now. And what I did is the max airspeed I could get when I put the thing up to it, that's the max miles per hour, 27 miles an hour. And I'm getting about 4, 5 up in the cab. So we got a pretty much big drop across here. Whoop. Well, let's take one final look before we start putting it back together. But that definitely was an issue on not letting air flow through. You can see it's a lot cleaner than what it was. So we're gonna go there, and if there's still an issue, then we might think about pulling the heater coil out. But that looks like a bigger job than it looks. Or it is a big job, because you start having to blow air through your heater coil and the condenser or cooling coil, whatever you want to call it. Gets to be a lot of restriction. So, all right, let's put it back, and then we'll take another flow test inside the cab. But I'll imagine it's gonna be quite a bit better. All righty. Well, welcome back. I took an airflow reading on my vents, and I still didn't really care for what I was seeing. So what I did next is I pulled the heater core out, and the heater core and the AC core side by side. So it's really hard, it was hard to see how clean it was. When I was looking up from the bottom, I could see this part, and it looked fairly clean. But once you get it out, you could see why there's not much airflow coming out of this into the cab. In my case, I'm going to leave the heater core out because we don't use heat much. So if we ever do sunflowers or a very late fall crop, I'll probably put the core back in. But for now, I'm going to clean it up. And the control valve, clean it up, put it up on the shelf, and button it up. And now we're going to be going through the AC coil and and we'll see how much more airflow we get. But I know it's just a pain, especially when you're in a 100-degree weather and the cab don't want to cool for you. It doesn't make it much fun. All right, and then again, this is the stuff I'll be spraying down on it to clean it. In fact, let's not. Okay, we'll keep it tight. Well, still troubleshooting this airflow to the cab, and after pulling the heater core out, I start the lines up here that are going up. Well, anyway, I pulled one line off, and guess what? Wheat. Quite a bit of wheat was in the line, so I'm sure that, we see here, that restricted the flow. But when I just checked, it was like about almost 8 out of the same vent, and I believe I was 3. So I guess I got a couple more holes I need to plug where the control valve was. I need to get that plugged also. So let me plug that, and I'll give you a final airflow at the end here. All right, this is the final little test we're going to do here. Anyway, now we got the heater core out. Everything's clean. Everything's put back together. Let's see what kind of airflow we have now with everything back together. And I think we started with 3 or 4. I don't remember. I guess I'd have to look back at my old video. But all right, let's turn the air on. And we got 6.5, 7, well, not quite 7. A little bit better airflow. But all right, I'll have to look through this video a little bit to put it together, but yeah, you can feel the air quite a bit more, excuse me, than we had in the past. But all right, let's put this together and see how this all panned out.